With the NFL salary cap is being expanded, the Miami Dolphins are about to get a big boost from the NFL. That's great news. The bad news? The Dolphins still don't have much cap space to work with, and they have a long list of issues to fix. We've got Myles Garrett rumors swirling, the never-ending Tua debate, glaring holes on the offensive line, defensive depth concerns, and some free agency and draft day decisions that could shape the team's entire future. We're breaking it all down right now. Before I begin, I'd really appreciate it if you drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind later. My name's Tyler Carmona, I'm a writer for Sports Illustrated, and I play wide receiver at Savannah State. And today, we're fixing the Miami Dolphins. Let's talk about the biggest name linked to the Dolphins this offseason, Myles Garrett. The multiple-time All-Pro is one of the most dominant pass rushers in football, and a guy who would transform Miami's defense. If he's even remotely available, the Dolphins need to be in the mix. The first reason is that Miami simply needs a dominant pass rush. Jalen Phillips is coming off an Achilles injury, and Bradley Chubb just missed the season due to a knee injury. Second reason is that Garrett changes defenses. He's not just a high sack guy. He forces double teams, disrupts blocking schemes, and he just creates opportunities for everybody around him. Third reason is that title contending defenses just have elite pass rushers. There's the Chiefs, the 49ers, the Eagles. Every recent Super Bowl contender has had a dominant defensive front. Miami has to consistently be able to pressure the quarterback. It won't just create sacks and force fumbles. It'll also create turnovers by pressuring quarterbacks into making bad throws. Step 2 is figure out the Tua situation again. Regardless of your opinion on Tua, the front office has made it clear that he's the team's franchise quarterback moving forward. But here's the problem. The Dolphins' entire season hinges on whether he's healthy. Recent history tells us that can be a dangerous gamble. The Dolphins have to get a reliable backup quarterback, not another Mike White, Skylar Thompson disaster. One name that stands out, Jimmy Garoppolo. Here's the biggest thing. He already knows Mike Mcdaniels' system. He ran a version of this offense in San Francisco, so there'll be less of a learning curve. If Tua goes down, Jimmy could step in and keep the ship afloat without the offense completely falling apart. And talent-wise, the gap among NFL quarterbacks isn't as big as we think. A lot of success at the position has more to do in just being in an offense that suits your strengths. Look, I know Jimmy G isn't exciting. Before spending this past season backing up the Rams, he was coming off a brutal stint with the Raiders. But hear me out. When he's healthy, the guy wins games. He's 40-20 as a starter, played in multiple NFC championship games, and he knows to manage an offense like this. It's built around quick passing attacks and a solid run game. If the Dolphins are serious about contending, they need a backup quarterback who can actually win games, not just survive them. For all his flaws, Jimmy can do that. Some other options, Marcus Mariota, not exciting, but he won't ruin your season if he has to start a few games. Or the Dolphins could take a swing on a younger guy, like Kyle McCord or Jackson Dart in the middle rounds of the draft. Either way, Miami just can't afford to roll into another season praying that Tua stays healthy without a plan B. If they do so, they're just setting themselves for another late season collapse. Step 3 also involves Tua. It's protect him at all costs. Dolphins were second in the league in scoring in 2023. Last season, 22nd. And that's what happens when your offensive line becomes a turnstile. Liam Eichenberg and Robert Jones gave up 57 pressures last season. 57. That's not bad, that's horrific. So Miami needs some interior help ASAP. Aaron Banks from the 49ers, perfect fit. He already knows the Shanahan-style system that McDaniels runs. Trey Smith from the Chiefs, also a great choice. He's physical, he's nasty, and he actually knows how to pass block. Let's be real, if the Dolphins don't fix this, it won't matter who's playing quarterback. We've seen what some of the game's top quarterbacks look like when their offensive line is banged up. If you're back there fearing for your life, there's just no way you can efficiently read a defense. The last step is to get a true number 3 receiver. Look, Jonnu Smith was a solid addition last season. Better than expected, honestly. He made his first Pro Bowl, and he gave Miami a reliable option at tight end, something they've been missing. But here's the thing, he's not a true number 3 wide receiver. The Dolphins still need one. Hill and Waddle, obviously elite, but Miami's passing game has just become way too predictable down the stretch. Defenses know that if they key in on Hill, take away the deep shot, that's going to force Tua to rely on some secondary options. That's where a big-bodied, reliable number 3 receiver comes in. A guy that can win 50-50 balls, work the middle of the field, and be a red zone threat. Keenan Allen is a guy who fits that mold, a very reliable target, somebody who would thrive in the system because he won't have to carry the offense on his shoulders. Amari Cooper is another good fit, a Miami native, one of the best route runners in the league still, and would give Miami a high-level possession receiver, which is what they really need. This offseason is critical for Miami. They're close, really close. Close doesn't get you Super Bowls. It gets you heartbreaking playoff losses and a Twitter argument about whether Tua is actually good. The Dolphins need a legit backup quarterback. They need to fix their offensive line, get a number 3 receiver. If they can do all that, they're a contender. If they don't, it's another year of what ifs and blaming injuries. Let me know in the comments what moves you want to see the Dolphins make. If you enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.